Let's talk about how to rank up faster in Season 2. Right now, I'm in Diamond 5, which is not that impressive considering people are already in Predator, but I don't have a team that always plays with me. Playing on random teams in Ranked, I think I got the tips down for ranking up faster. I'm not using ranked gameplay in the background because of my iPad storage issues, so hope you don't mind. And the number one tip is hot drops. If you're rank pushing, you should avoid doing hot drops. You cannot expect always going skull down and surviving every single time. And if you hot drop and if you lose an early fight, if you lose your teammates, you'll have to rat till the end. If you lose all your teammates and you die, you're going to lose a lot of points. That's going to take at least 2 matches to regain. So you should avoid hot drops and avoid early fights in general. You can drop remotely or less hot. Let's say one team lands with you, you can take them on. Yeah, feel free to do that. You don't want to be dropping on where 5 teams are dropping. So keep that in mind. Tip number 2 is getting used to POIs. You can drop on the same place every single time, so you can learn all the layouts, all the buildings, where people will come, where people will escape, where to expect people, where you should go to escape from that POI and all those things. So getting used to that place is really important because if you know the place, you can take easy fights. And if the ring ends there, you're going to be at a huge advantage. If you want to get used to other POIs as well, I would suggest you to play public matches and land on different places like 10 times or something. Like drop and take fights in that place. It's pubs, right? If you drop with players and if you lose a fight, you got nothing to lose. You can go back and start another game. So getting used to POIs is my second tip. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing, I would really appreciate it. My third tip is get a team and try to always play with them. This is from my personal experience. People are still complaining about solo queues, I haven't tried yet, but playing with the same team improves your chances of winning. You know what they're going to do in fights, you know when they're going to back out and when they're going to aggressively push, you know how to support them and all those things. You can also keep playing the same legend if you're playing with the same team. So try to get a team on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can get, and play with the same team. At least try to do it. Tip number 4 is always sticking with your teammates in fights. It's easy to win a 3v3 fights instead of a 2v3. The left out teammate is being you. Even if you could provide a little support, that would change the outcome of the fight. You have abilities. If you're playing Gibby, you have your ultimate and all those things. Even if you know you're going to go down, using that ultimate or using your ability might change how the fight is going to turn out. Your teammates can clutch it for you. You have to believe in your teammates and try to take fights, try to damage your enemies. Even if it's just a little, that could change how the fight ends. The fifth tip is zones and rotations. Since Kings Canyon is a new map for every mobile player, nobody knows what's going on in the game. So having the zone information and making early rotations is going to really come in clutch. You can have a recon legend. Currently we have Bloodhound and Pathfinder. You can scan the survey beacon and get next safe zone information. Then you can make an early rotation and gatekeep all the teams that are coming late to the zone. So this is not necessary, but having the safe zone information and making an early rotation, getting the best position will help you a lot in late games. Tip number 6, always try to maintain high ground. In my opinion, Kings Canyon is an open map. There's not a lot of covers. You'll see a lot of open fields. Most of the time, if you're fighting outside the point of interests, the places you drop, you'll be fighting in an open space. So always having the high ground will help you a lot. And you should avoid fighting in the open spaces as well, because a lot of team will be eyeballing you and they can snipe you, like all those stuff. So try to avoid those and always try to maintain high ground. It's going to help you a lot in Kings Canyon, trust me. Tip number 7 is carrying heat shields and mobile respawn beacons. Since a lot of you guys don't know about Kings Canyon map and how the zones goes, you guys are rotating really late and you'll get gatekeeped by the team that rotated early and that has the best position. Then you'll have to go somewhere else, you have to rotate somewhere else. Then sometimes you might have to go around the mountain but the zone already closed. On those times, heat shields are going to come in really clutch. Also, heat shields and mobile respawn beacons are not going to take a slot in your backpack. These two has a special slot, so you got nothing to lose carrying them. And mobile respawn beacon, of course, you can call that anywhere and respawn your teammates. Sometimes you won't find any respawn beacons in your area where the zone shrinks. So having heat shields and mobile respawn beacons will help you a lot. Having the mobile respawn beacon will help you in another way too. Let's say you're in an open field, then you don't have any cover. You can call in the mobile respawn beacon and use that as a cover. It's better than nothing, right? So you can do that too. Tip number 8 is don't be afraid to go for airdrop weapons. Airdrop weapons will give you a good advantage. In this rotation, you can find EVA 8, Devotion LMG and Kraber. 3 of the best weapons in airdrops. If you can get one, you are going to be at a good spot for winning the match. If you have a movement legend in your team, you should ask them to go for airdrop and get the gun for you if you can use it efficiently. So that's the 8th tip. Tip number 9 is carrying throwables and using them in fights. I know it takes one back slot per throwable, but it's totally worth it. All 3 throwables, grenades, thermites and arc star is going to come in really handy in fights. Since infinite bunny hopping is nerfed, you can force opponents out of cover or you can deal damage just by throwing them. My personal favorite is arc star because if you actually hit your opponents by throwing arc star, it's going to deal damage to them immediately, then it's going to blow up, dealing more damage. Tip number 10 is taking breaks. At the end of the day, it's just a game. If you lose multiple matches, you should take a break and go for a walk and refresh your mind instead of continuously playing and getting frustrated. You have 2 months to rank up, so you can take your time and do it slowly. So that's it for the tips. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.